Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 36 Conflict in Kailasa. A long time had passed after the incident in the Brahma Satra. Brahma had now crowned Daksha as the foremost among the Prajapatis, and as a result of this, Daksha had become more swollen with pride and arrogance than he had been before. To show his contempt for Mahadeva, he began to perform a yajna by name Brihaspati Sava. All the Brahmarshis, Devarshis, Pitris, Devas attended the yajna. Sati, the wife of Mahadeva, heard about the yajna which was performed by her father. She saw an endless stream of men and women dressed beautifully going towards the spot where the yajna was being performed. She went to her lord and said, "Your father-in-law, my father, has begun to perform a great yajna. We should also go there. All the devas and rishis are there with their wives. People are still going in the direction of the Yagashala, and so it is evident that it is not over. I want to go there, my lord. I want to meet my mother and my sisters, whom I have not seen for a long time. I am very eager to go and see the yajna. You are the Lord of the universe, and you seem to consider this yajna as very ordinary. But I am a woman, and I cannot help being excited at the thought of going to the yajna which my father is performing. From the look on your face, I can see what you want to say. We are not invited. What if we are not invited? Good men do not wait to be invited to the houses of their masters, gurus, fathers, friends. Please take pity on me, and my longing to go there should be gratified by you. Will you not take me there and make me happy?" Mahadeva smiled sadly at his wife. He looked at her eager face and was sorry he could not grant her what she was asking of him. He remembered the cruel words of Daksha spoken long ago. He said, "My dearest wife, my Sati, the thought of going to your father's house, in spite of the fact that we have not been invited, would not have mattered if he had been a different person. But your father, Daksha Prajapati, is puffed up with pride. Drunk as he is with power, he is not likely to pay us the respect that is due to us. Your father is possessed of great qualities: learning, tapas, wealth, a beautiful body, age, noble birth. All these, if they are found in a good man, are indeed ornaments to the man. However, your father has become proud because he possesses these. I am learned. I am a tapasvi. Thoughts like these have made him insufferably proud, and he will not brook the greatness that is me. There are different types of pride, but the pride born of learning and tapas is the worst, and your father suffers from that malady. The hurt caused by a cruel relative pains much more than arrows sent by an enemy. The enemy's arrows make you faint, and you are not conscious for long of the pain caused by them. Do you know it? Your father loves you. In fact, he loves you most among his children. But then he does not like me. He thinks that I insulted him and he hates me. And so He will not treat you with the affection which you expect of him. Perhaps you do not remember the reason for his anger. There was once a yajnashala which he entered. Everyone stood up and greeted him. I did not stand up and do likewise. Do you know why? When a person gets up and makes namaskara to another, the greetings are known as pratyudgamanam and abhivadanam. These have some meaning. The wise have said, the inherent Purusha in the one greets the Purusha in the other. The respect is not paid to the man, to the body which he holds the Purusha, but to the Purusha himself, who lodges in everyone. But this father of yours claimed that respect should be paid to him. I could not do it. When a good man meets one who is full of ego, so much so that his Atman is not seen by him because of his clouded intellect, then respect will not be paid him by the good. Long ago your father spoke despairingly of me. He spoke cruel words and insulted me in the presence of everyone. He has cursed me. I am denied my share of the havas in the yagas performed to the devas. He is your father, no doubt, but he happens to be my enemy and all his followers are my enemies. I do not wish him and his followers to set their eyes on you. You happen to be my wife. Silently Sati was listening to his words. He looked at her and he sensed her rebellion. He could see all the thoughts that were passing in her mind, but he had to be firm. He said, if, however, you choose to ignore my words and decide to go, I can assure you that no good will come of it. To the proud and sensitive mind, an insult from one's own people will mean only one thing: death. I'm warning you. You will not be welcomed by anyone there, since you are no longer Daksha's daughter but Mahadeva's spouse. Sati was very unhappy. Her husband had asked her not to go. He had said that she should not go. That is, that it would end in disaster if she went against his wishes. But her heart was in the Yajna Shala, where her dear ones were present. She would walk in and out of her little home trying to decide on the course of action. And Mahadeva was watching her all the while without speaking a word. Prevented as she was by her husband from going to her people, her eyes filled with tears. And at the same time, woman-like, she looked angrily at her husband since he would not accede to her wish. She asked for so little and he would not grant her that. Finally, her womanliness won. Leaving her husband, whose half she was, with long sighs escaping her, she made up her mind to go to the Yajnashala. She walked swift and straight as an arrow without looking back. The servants of Mahadeva followed her. They placed her on a glorious bull and they went towards the Yajnashala. And Mahadeva was sitting all alone. His mind was filled with sadness.